The return of the Stargate franchise is happening, and it's probably going to be a movie first. But what will the cast be, and what can we expect from this new franchise? Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. We have been giving you the news for 12 months now about all of the development, all of the rumours behind the scenes, and all of the stop-starts while we've been waiting for the Stargate franchise. We now know that it is about to be announced, and that actually at San Diego ComicCon, we're about to get the finalised, official announcements. But what is this thing about a probable movie first? Well, if you're a regular SciTrekker, you'll know that we announced this a few months ago. Amazon are really pushing to do a movie first, but it's not definite just yet. But if we do get a movie, will we be getting a whole new cast? Will we be seeing a whole new SG1 team? Or will there be some regular faces in the mix? Well, what I'm hearing and what I've been hearing for a few months now is that actually Amazon don't want to spend a fortune on the Stargate movie. Now, I suspect, and this is just me speculating, but I suspect this is because it's bringing back a franchise that's been off our screens for quite a long time is a big risk. Doing a cinematic release first is also a big risk. If the cinematic release fails, if it bombs and loses a crap load of money, you basically kill the franchise before it even starts. But if you can do the movie on a reasonable budget, and it makes at least a reasonable return, it's an amazing 2-hour advert for the franchise and the television series that follow. Also, there is a big thing at the moment with sort of legacy casts and bringing back casts from old TV shows. Look at the popularity of Picard Season 3. That really underlines for a lot of TV executives that people have an appetite to see the old cast return. We've seen this in TV shows like Criminal Minds Evolution, etc., etc., where getting the old cast back is very popular with TV viewers. So would Stargate return with the faces we recognise? Well, according to the sources that we speak to over at SciTrek, Amanda Tapping and Michael Shanks to play General Carter and Daniel Jackson have already been approached. That them returning is almost definite. It would not surprise me in the slightest if at San Diego Comic-Con we suddenly find out that Amanda Tapping and Michael Shanks are on a panel, and that panel will then be used to actually release the official announcement of the Stargate movie, television series, whatever. Now, it would seem that we are going to see General Carter and Daniel Jackson in that movie. But could we see the return of several other actors? Well, we've also talked about this channel how, actually, an SGU story has been considered. And actors like David Blue and Robert Carlyle have potentially already been very unofficially sounded out about a return. However, I can't see SGU being at the forefront of the initial return of Stargate. I think that requires too much knowledge of the previous franchise. I think they are going to have to go with a movie that can draw in new viewers. So I think they will probably put SGU onto the back burner, at least initially. But I can tell you now that, again, Amazon have approached these actors, which would suggest that actually resolving the SGU mystery is a priority and will happen relatively early in the franchise. Actors, though, I could see 100% returning are actors from Stargate Atlantis and Stargate SG1. I would be amazed if we didn't see Christopher Judge as Teal'c return. Indeed. Actors like Ben Browder and Claudia Black returning would again be amazing. Look, I want to see Vala with Daniel. So if they don't return with Claudia Black, I'd be absolutely shocked. The one actor I would adore see return is David Hewlett. McKay was always one of my favourite actors. When he went into Atlantis, I was so pleased because, we'd loved him in SG1. Him bouncing around with Samantha Carter was just hilarious. And then when they moved him into Atlantis, his relationship with Shepard and Ronan was just some of the best moments of that series. So if David Hewlett doesn't return, They, again, are really missing out on an obvious and simple home run to make the Gators very, very happy. Talking about Atlantis, though, Joe Flanagan, he is a huge Stargate fan. He adores the franchise. He would very, very happily return. He tried to buy it, for God's sake. So, getting Colonel Shepard to return, or maybe now General Shepard, could we get to see a couple of the actors from sort of the periphery of Stargate Atlantis that came in towards the end? Dual state as Keller, again. Uh, it would make sci-fi fans very, very happy as well. One of our favourite characters from Firefly. We adored her when she came into Stargate Atlantis. Bring back Keller all day long. But Robert Picardo as Woolsey, he is one of those just brilliant character actors that can carry a scene all on his own. Again, he would be very easy to slip into something with a Stargate movie and the follow-on series. He's one of those characters that allows you to bring other characters in to certain situations and really could be central to any new plot very, very easily. A lot of people are not big fans of Ben Browder and Colonel Mitchell, but to be honest, I always thought he was great. A lot of the actors I've mentioned, Christopher Judge, Ben Browder, Michael Shanks, etc., are still effective working actors. They have not aged terribly badly. Ben Browder was in the recent Guardians of the Galaxy movie, all painted up in gold, and I'm certain he could still believably carry out an action role. It's not, to be honest, like Harrison Ford in the new Indiana Jones movie, Geriatric Indy, where you do wonder, how is he running? How is he even standing? Where's his Zimmer frame? It's not like that. These actors are not that ancient. They can still carry off a big role. Now, I would love to see the return of many of these actors blended in with new actors. I'm not one of these people that go, you've got to bring the old cast back or it just doesn't work. I don't believe that. People yelled at the Next Generation, basically, when that returned. If you get the right actors in the right roles, it doesn't matter if they're new. It doesn't matter if they're young or old or black or yellow or white or pink polka dots. It doesn't matter if you get the right actors for the right role. And I'd love to see, obviously, a lot of the familiar faces return, but I also want to see a blend of new actors, new characters for us to meet. And I really think that's the way Amazon will go with this. But there is one name you'll notice I haven't mentioned, Richard Dean Anderson. He's been doing a lot of ComicCons in the last few years, and the man is looking good. Now, he did put a fair bit of weight on a couple of years ago, I won't lie. There is actually a rumour that a couple of years ago when Brad Wright had the script to do for MGM, and it looked like he was going to get to do his Stargate, that actually he told Richard Dean Anderson, dude, you got to hit the gym. You got to lose some weight because you're coming back. And he would have come back for that script. Now, he did hit the gym. He has lost a crap load of weight and he looks a damn sight better for it. I was actually quite worried about his health a couple of years ago. He is looking like Richard Dean Anderson again. I've seen him in loads of Comic-Cons sat next to Amanda Tappin. I do wonder if he might make a surprise appearance at San Diego Comic-Con 2023, because that would be very cool. I'm really hoping that we see Michael Shanks, Amanda Tapping, sat down in the chair answering a few questions, and then smoke, excitement, RDA walks on. And then we know that we've got something really exciting planned. Now, we actually talked about an idea that Bad Robot had for Richard Dean Anderson in the Stargate Return that they pitched at the Stargate movie about 9 months ago. Their plan was to bring Richard Dean Anderson back, but they were going to kill General O'Neill, 2 L's, as part of that movie. Now, I've always loved the idea that we would get to see Richard Dean Anderson come back for a film, but then we would get to say goodbye to the character in a big way. I think that would be exciting. Him having to sacrifice himself to save the universe, basically. I can't see Richard Dean Anderson returning for any major role in a movie or TV series, but let's be honest, Amazon, get a dumper truck full of money, drive it to Richard Dean Anderson's house, and basically say, take what you want. We want you for the movie. Just take anything you want. That is what we want for a Stargate reboot. But guys, get into the comments. Tell me what you think. Who are the actors you want to see return? Who are the actors you don't? I'd love to know exactly what you're thinking. get into the comments. Who were your favourite actors from the 3 Stargate franchise shows? And who are the ones that you don't want to see return? If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you will never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where you get to see most of our videos first. And for a small contribution each month, you get to see them without the adverts. As always, please stay safe. I'll see you next time.